Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Go ahead.
Welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, your producers, David Bonilla, Gibran Hernandez. We are here to make sure that your real estate business is growing right alongside with ours. And don't forget that we're on every Tuesday and Thursday from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. and that we love to hear from you live while we're on the air. So drop all your questions, comments, concerns, thumbs up, angry faces, you name it. We want to hear from you, and we want you to share this with the world out there who is also creating a real estate business like we are. So for today, as always, we have a phenomenal show planned out, and we can't wait to share it. But before we get to that, wow, what an incredible week this has been. I mean,
I know you guys were out having fun.
It was amazing. So for anyone who doesn't know, we spent the weekend at the NAREP and Latitude Conference. And just so I could make this clear for everyone, because I didn't even know until I got there.
Yeah.
NAREP and Latitude were two completely different events.
Mm-hmm.
It was, the Latitude Conference was really focused on Latinos and how Latinos are starting to become a power demographic in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And Latinos are really the driving force of the economic growth that we've seen, that we've got some economic growth from one-time instances. And for anyone who says, oh, Gibran doesn't know what he's talking about, all I'm doing is quoting Sal Trujillo, who is, anyone who doesn't know Sal, he's best friends with every billionaire out there. He's been CEO of all the mega companies that there are to be. This is a very smart guy.
And we had the CEOs of these mega companies
my gosh, it was
come
amazing.
in and give us their plan on how they're capitalizing on the new emerging market.
Yeah, they call it the new mainstream economy, which is the Latino economy. We're such a huge driving force of it. And it was amazing because they had the CEO of Uber, the CEO of United Airlines, the CEO of Boeing, the CEO of Century 21. I mean, they brought out
some big names.
The biggest people. The CEO of Qualcomm, the guy that owns half of the Sacramento Kings, was there giving us a speech. And even they were showing us all this data showing that Latinos are really an important part of the economy. And with millennials rising up, we don't realize, but millennials, a huge chunk of that population is Latino. It's people that were born in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s. It's this recent growth that's happening. We're the fastest growing demographic. And Latinos have been shown to bring a higher value to GDP growth than any other demographic. So they use the baseline as Caucasians, and they're set as the one. They showed the data that Latinos actually bring 1.15 to the economy for production. So we rise. Our production rates are so high that we raise the GDP even faster. It was just an amazing conference. I had a great time. Whether you agree with what was happening there or not, it was still an incredible experience.
Or whether you agree with these statistics, the numbers don't lie. You know, it says that if you are in real estate, if you're in any industry, but specifically if you're in real estate, you may want to hire more people that speak Spanish. Because
who was that? Well, it wasn't even about Spanish speakers, and he was real clear, Sal, on that. He said, this has nothing to do with language. This has to do with demographic. This has to do with Latinos being a driving force for the economy. So maybe, yes, you'll get some added benefit of bilingualism in there, but overall, he's just saying Latinos, the work ethic that they bring to the economy tends to bring a higher rate of production.
Who was that economist that presented last year at the NAREP? He gave the
Dr. Ted Jones.
Dr. Ted Jones. Remember when he was talking about all that now the employment numbers were gotten out of the red, and the driving force behind that is Latinos they're the ones that are actually young. Latinos are the ones making money nowadays. So it's right in line with what he was saying.
All right, so we got that out of it, and then we also spoke about some disruptors that were coming, and we speak a lot about disruptors on this show. We talk a whole lot about the things that are changing in the economy, and it was also a big focus inside of the actual NAREP convention. Everyone is concerned as to commissions completely shrinking or even going away.
They've got an official name for it. They're calling it the commission crunch.
Yep.
That's what everyone's calling it. And the CEO of Remine, another big name that was there for this conference. Trust me, if you didn't go this year, you got to go next year.
Oh yeah, and you missed out. You missed out on one of the most incredible conferences I think we've ever been to.
For $250, it was the most amazing conference I think I've ever been to. It was phenomenal.
I do believe that they would have marketed completely what was going to happen there. A lot of it was really a surprise.
It was a surprise.
I think they could have gotten a lot closer to probably up to $1,000 for this conference. And I'm just saying that because I go to conferences year round.
Yeah.
So we're sitting down, and we're listening to the future of real estate. And one of the major concerns is we have a commission crunch coming.
Yes.
We have a change coming as to what agents are expected to deliver on. And there are going to be two sides of this potential gate that we're going to cross.
There was a little bit of an argument. So the CEO of Remine was saying, look, agents, we're getting surveys back. We're a data company. We're trying to tell you what's wrong with your industry, but nobody's listening. What's wrong with the industry is that you have a bunch of bad agents that are pissing off consumers. Yep. So consumers are saying, I would rather go online, even if I got to tough it out. I'd rather tough it out on my own than have to tough it out with some idiot who doesn't know what they're doing and pay them to do that. And the CEO of Century 21, which was very surprising to me, he took the same stance that we've now been taking for almost 2 years, which is, yes, you're right. Bad agents are what's wrong with this industry. We got to start cutting the bad agents out. We can't let mediocrity be in charge of this industry anymore.
No.
And that's one of the big pushes that Century 21 is making. Now, how they're going to do that, I don't know. White Picket does it by getting rid of unproductive agents, by removing agents who shouldn't be in the industry.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure someone else will pick them up and add them to their roster and give them 100% commission. That's not up to us, because the way we see it, that's a failing business plan. Yeah. However, we don't want to be associated in that regard, and we're making a stance for that as well.
Absolutely.
But it was interesting to see these huge companies.
Oh yeah.
They're seeing something that we've already seen.
Absolutely. And whenever you see those companies start to tick their ears out and go, wait a minute, what the heck?
Well, the bigger the company, the harder it is to make a shift. And now we're seeing them kind of catch up. Yeah. All right, we have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll finish telling you all about the NAREP conference and Latitude, as well as tell you all about the bad boys out there possibly facing some jail time for something that is not so uncommon. Stay tuned. You're on the Realty Ruckus. We'll be right back. Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
Hey guys, Alan here. Are you a home investor in need of house plans and permit expediting services? If so, Houston Plans and Permits is your local one-stop shop. They have over 15 years of professional design experience and have a strong team of knowledgeable permitting expediters to service all of your projects. Please contact them by calling them at 281-372-1555. Again, 281-372-1555. Or visit them at their website, plansandpermits.com. Again, that's www.plansandpermits.com. Hey Houston real estate agents, this is Alan Hernandez, broker at White Picket Realty. I want to let you know that when you're ready to stop working your real estate career and start building a real estate business, Team WPR is a place to be. Not only do we offer real results, real support, and real branding, but furthermore, 80 to 100% commissions of your hard-earned money going back to you. So make sure you reach out to us. Join at teamwpr.com. Again, that's join, Join, at teamwpr.com.
And we are are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we've got the CEO, Dan, that's a joke for you, of White Picket Realty on the show today, Alan Hernandez. And we're actually going to be talking about the HAR market report here in a second, give you just a quick update. But first, we want to talk about one of the bad boys in real estate. Now, we did a segment all about bad boys the other day. But we found one today, and when I
people
saw
love this. Why does everybody love hearing about the bad boys in real estate?
Because
like a train wreck, man. You can't look away.
And you got to make sure that what you're doing is not leading you down the path of the bad boys.
I think that's what the case is here. Is this is not an uncommon practice amongst a lot of realtors. Maybe the way that this guy did it is crossing the line, and obviously he did, because he's facing 5 years in a federal prison. But I got to tell you, I've heard many realtors advertise on this ability to keep people out of foreclosure. And being someone that has spent the last 12 years of my life helping people out of foreclosure and helping them with either selling their house fast or even buying it from them, I know that some of my competitors weren't doing things quite right in that part of the industry. Well, and I think this is a good example of it.
Okay, so I'm not going to say any names, but I know for a fact, I could count on both hands at least, the amount of people I've heard give me this strategy before.
Yeah.
So what's the strategy?
And I've always said that strategy sounds a little shady. Yeah. But they say, no, it works. Trust me, my friend John did it, and he's still doing okay, and Billy did it too.
He's not in jail.
And they're not on the bad boy edition yet.
Yeah.
But they could be. So the strategy is, when someone's facing foreclosure, a lot of the time what they do is they say, have the owner file for bankruptcy, because if you file for bankruptcy, it could stop the foreclosure proceedings, because they can't process the foreclosure because that falls under the bankruptcy.
Correct.
And then that gives you time to sell the house, get it on the market, or either sell it directly to an investor.
Okay.
And I think every piece of that is legal. I think that every piece of that is allowed. Now, should you be telling someone to file for bankruptcy? No, because that's legal advice, and that's practicing law without a license.
Correct.
So you have to say, look, I know that there's some kind of bankruptcy strategy. You should speak with a lawyer about that.
That's right. So the idea is partner up with a lawyer and say, you guys need to speak, because this is going to be the only way that you can get out of it.
So that's the appropriate way to handle it.
That's the appropriate way. But look, I've even heard of some investors out there who've come across the necessary paperwork to do this, and they take it on their behalf to go file the bankruptcy on behalf of the client.
Wow.
Well, this person did just that. Now, the client is claiming that they didn't know that the bankruptcy was filed on their behalf. Granted, we don't know if that's true or not, but that's not what's at issue. What's at issue is that because they filed a bankruptcy and they were not attorneys on behalf of somebody else, that's called bankruptcy fraud. And therefore, he's facing a maximum up to 30 years in prison. And really, he's looking at, they're saying about 5 years in a federal prison for what he did for this one count. This is only on one count.
Well, he originally had gotten 3 counts, right? 2 of bankruptcy fraud and then 1 of falsifying records, which I guess would be him turning in the forms himself, and the
yes,
couple
absolutely.
saying, hey, I didn't know anything about that.
Yep. And so because of that, he dropped 2 of them, and he got some kind of plea deal that's going to keep him 5 years or less. But still, he probably didn't think he was doing anything wrong.
No, he thought he was really helping this family out, who was probably going to be booted out of their house as soon.
Well, I'm sure he was looking forward to getting that commission
and
too.
He was probably thinking, I'm going to make a quick commission, and I'm slick, and I'm going to go out and do this. And he probably thought he wasn't going to get caught. I mean, look, this guy, he's 53 years old. He lives in Tampa, Florida.
Been an agent since 2000.
He's been an agent since 2000. He's not new to the business. I'm certain that he knew what he was doing. I don't know if he actually realized how big of a risk it was, because once you're looking at 5 to 30 years in prison, things may shift a little bit. And the important part here is that a lot of real estate agents fall into that I don't know what it's called. Is it like the endless pit of trying to practice law, and what it does for you is this. You know, he could have easily said, you need to speak to this attorney, have a relationship with the attorney where the attorney knows, hey, this is this type of client, I need you to call them, and if they pay you or whatever you guys agree to, you advise them properly, and we go from there.
When we used to have our law segment, I feel like we heard that every single time.
Yeah.
Like, don't practice law, don't practice law.
Yeah.
You know, basically really maneuver.
I mean,
carefully.
perfect example of this is a gentleman right now that we're helping in the same situation. Actually came from somebody watching the Realty Ruckus.
Awesome.
And saying, calling me, actually texting me on Facebook and saying, Alan, I have no clue what to do with this client. I need your help. Can you help them? And they're like, I've already tried everything. We're out of options.
Wow.
And so they were literally getting ready to lose their house the following Tuesday. We found a way, not we meaning the attorney, found a way to keep them from losing the house. Now, what they did, none of my business. All I know is the house is not currently in foreclosure. It's out of the process, and now we're working to help them liquidate it.
Absolutely. And one of our YouTube followers says he probably learned it in a seminar. and
so true.
It's so true.
It's so true. Who said that?
Dan says is what's sad is he probably learned it in a seminar.
Hey, so Dan, thanks for pitching in. You're absolutely right. There was some weekend seminar. He probably paid money. Yeah. He probably paid $500 to $1,000 to go there and
to learn how to stop a foreclosure.
And some guru said, "Here's the document. All you have to do is sign the name and go out and file it with the county."
Yeah.
And in my opinion, if that's the case, I think that guru should go to jail too.
Oh, if he's out there teaching it, and look, I've actually been to seminars here in Houston where a guru says something that I know for a fact is illegal. Why? Because our attorney segment here, we've talked about it, and he's told us, the hell, you don't do that. Please don't do that.
Writing into special provisions.
Writing into special provisions is a big one. And this is a marketing agreement. We won't even get into that.
This
is
a
lot of illegal things.
I love, like because we teach classes throughout the year that are way outside of your regular real estate box, right? So when we have these classes on assignments, double closes, and these things that aren't normally heard of out there. Net listings. Yeah. And net listings are illegal in different states. Yeah, they happen to be legal here if you know how to procure them. But one of the things I love that we do is bring an attorney to that class, because if you're saying something illegal, hopefully the attorney will stop you. Yeah. But most of the time what happens is there's always that agent who says, you know what, I think that's completely illegal, and the attorney's like, wait, not if you do this, or wait, no, it's not. That's a common misconception. Regardless, I think this guy really, really messed up, and I feel really bad for him because at 53, facing 30 years is tough, and I'm sure he wasn't going to make nearly the money to even cover his attorney's cost for this.
No, not at all. All right, I want to jump into the monster.
Yes.
The monster that we call Zillow here. And the reason
why is it that we keep talking about? I mean, I can't stand talking about this company. Like they annoy me. They annoy me to no end. I can't stand when they call me and ask me for my business. But somehow they keep
burn all our Zillow gear.
Seriously,
I'm going to burn all
anything that says Zillow. We should just throw it in a big pit of fire and go live on it
right now. So I guess I'm gonna have to burn my computer. Burn my leads. So Zillow, as we know for a long time, and look, for the last 2 years of this show, we've said Zillow will likely not make it.
Yeah.
Zillow is probably a failure waiting to happen. Now, people continue to invest money in it, so they've got some money to burn. Yeah. But the reality is their strategy doesn't make any money. They haven't been profitable yet. Yeah, they've claimed that they're really close to profitability, but they can never get past that.
They say that every quarter. Every quarter.
And every quarter, when they don't hit profitability, they come up with a new strategy. Mm-hmm. Last time was the iBuyer, and then they started saying something in Arizona where they said, look, we're becoming a brokerage, but we're not looking to do brokerage splits.
Oh, you mean when they actually bought the brokerage in Arizona and put out that statement saying we're never going to go out into the brokerage game?
Yeah, we don't want referral fees. Yeah. That's not our business, except that now it's their business in Florida.
Yep.
So Zillow has actually broken into the lead referral business. In Florida, they've done it under the name of the Premier Broker. And the way that they're going to operate is they're not going to charge anything up front. They're going to make it to where the leads come to you for free, but in exchange, you're agreeing to pay a 35% referral fee back to Zillow. Now, I'm not sure that 35% is accurate.
No, the number has not been
it's not been released yet.
Stated. They don't know for sure yet.
And that's what it's expected to be.
That's because most people are at 35% when they do these types of programs.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you why this is going to fail.
Okay, is this a BB Damas prediction?
This is another BB Damas prediction.
Somebody write this down, please.
I'll tell you, it's a great idea. I've been saying they need to do referral fees since day one. But I'll tell you why it's going to fail.
Because it's going to shitty agents?
Because there's going to shitty agents. Why? Because who are the agents that don't want to spend any money up front on their marketing? Usually agents that aren't very good. They're broke agents. If you want to be a referral partner with Dave Ramsey, don't you have to pay a fee?
Yes.
And isn't it not a substantial fee? I want to ask you specifics.
It's a substantial fee, and you have to go through substantial training and a very tough verification process.
Yes, and
when you get those leads, you probably work the hell out of them.
You have to close hundreds of deals per year.
And if your close rate is not very good, what happens?
You're out.
And you lose your fee that you pay to be in there. Mm-hmm. That's why this is not going to work. If they want this to work, they need to charge those agents an upfront fee for becoming part of the platform, for showing that they're going to be good, for showing that they can close. Because you know what? I've given out leads to bad agents before.
Yep.
I've given out leads to bad agents before.
You mean the agents that come in and say, oh, come on now, for this, I should be getting all the leads. And you're like, well, all right, well, here's one lead. And they never do anything with it.
They don't call it. They don't track anything into CRM. They don't follow up with them.
No, they call once. And because that person doesn't answer, that's a bad lead.
Yeah, and Justin Marconi says that he pays 27% to Dave Ramsey, and I'm guessing that's in addition to your fees that you pay him. Which, look, there's nothing wrong with becoming a referral partner.
But you didn't hear from me.
But now everybody heard it.
But if there's no upfront investment, no commitment upfront, I see these leads going to bad agents. I see them not closing.
That's what the Premier Broker platform is. But I think it's just for the brokerage in general. So I'm not sure what the Premier Broker platform is. You have to be a member of that first in order to move on.
I can tell you that if Zillow really thinks this out, if they really put some thought behind this, this is what could
finally make them profitable.
I actually like this direction that they're moving in.
If they go in the right direction, this is their opportunity to really transform the market by only working with top producing agents, with people that really take this seriously, or only dealing with the best brokers per se, and the brokers can be in charge. I mean, there's a lot of ways to skin this cat.
But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It's going to fail because they have no investment up front, no real investment. You know what's going to happen?
Skin in the game.
They're going to say, maybe we're better off hiring our own agents and move towards a red door model.
Yeah.
You just wait and see. It'll only be about 6 more months before Zillow is actually hiring agents on a salary.
I think they're too big to get to that point. I think they're too big to get to that point right now. As a national company, they would have to have so many new offices popping up, or cloud brokerages. They may either acquire or license the entire thing. So yeah, I mean it's not as easy as just saying, well, now we're going to go pass out leads to now we're going to try to recruit 10,000 or 20,000 agents.
That's true.
You know,
because that's tough.
Yeah, I think if someone pays a fee, maybe it's the broker, maybe it's the agent up front, and that way you know that only the serious people are working this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, we have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll give you a little bit more information on what the market's doing, and then get into some events, because we have some amazing events coming up that you have to put on your calendars. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned. Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
Hey guys, Alan here. Are you a home investor in need of house plans and permit expediting services? If so, Houston Plans and Permits is your local one-stop shop.
They have over 15 years of professional design experience and have a strong team of knowledgeable permitting expediters to service all of your projects. Please contact them by calling them at 281-372-1555. Again, 281-372-1555, or visit them at their website, plansandpermits.com. Again, that's www.plansandpermits.com.
Hey Houston real estate agents, this is Alan Hernandez, broker at White Picket Realty. I want to let you know that when you're ready to stop working your real estate career and start building a real estate business, Team WPR is a place to be. Not only do we offer real results, real support, and real branding, but furthermore, 80 to 100% commissions of your hard-earned money going back to you. So make sure you reach out to us. Join at teamwpr.com. Again, that's join, Join, at teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we're having a really good discussion about Zillow, and we also talked about some bad boys in real estate.
Yep.
We talked about going out to conferences, whether you go to the NAREP conference or anywhere else. Get out there and figure out what's going on in your industry right now with those top leaders. And for those of you who say, I can't travel, I can't make it, HAR has the HAR Engage conference coming up.
We're going to talk about that here shortly.
Great conference.
We'll get you all the details in our event segment.
Spirit is dirt cheap to fly on.
Yeah, it's $100. I think most of our agents paid $100 round trip to go to San Diego and back. I mean, it's just incredible. Yeah. But you know, I will say we did not get enough time on today's show, and we won't be able to do another show just on what we learned at the NAREP National Conference. But wow, did we bring back some golden nuggets? We implemented some of them already during this morning's board meeting, and man, I mean, I'm excited to really see where we're going as a company, where our agents are growing. What our agents are growing into as business owners. And if you have not had that opportunity to really go out there and feel inspired by people who are doing things at a much larger scale than you currently are, then that's what you're really missing out on, is being able to visually see true vision.
Yeah.
So make sure you definitely go out there and find the next event. What about the events that we have here?
True vision.
Yeah,
I like that.
I love it. When I went down the stairs, I saw...
Some of those guys, it's like they present literally holograms. They're so clear with how they see the future that you can see it. You can see it right there in person.
I remember going down the stairs and literally seeing a sea of people. It must have been anywhere between 4,000 or 5,000 people from across the United States. And then watching all of us go into a huge auditorium and listening to someone like John Maxwell tell us about his theory of building a business. That's so awesome. Think about the power behind that. And what you can bring back from it. Yeah. All right, what do we have coming up?
Well, and we're actually trying to build a little bit of that sentiment, a little bit of that power ourselves. I mean, I know this is not a public event, but, you know, hopefully you guys don't mind me talking a little bit about this, because, you know, coming up, we're going to have our own little retreat for our leadership council. And really what that is a chance for the leaders in our brokerage, those that are running offices, to come together and help guide this ship that we're all on together. And that's really awesome. I don't think I've heard of other brokerages out there that bring their leaders together to really mastermind and plan to move the brokerage forward into the future. So that's going to come up on September 26th. Once we get done with that conference, and we'll be able to give you all the golden nuggets that we learned from that and the leaders within our company. I'm really looking forward to that.
So this year during that conference, we get a chance to make some really, really big changes, even changes that will create an impact in the industry.
We're hoping so,
like creating full out retirement plans, like talking about what we stand for between agents and broker, and between agents and consumer. What we're here to deliver on, which is an extraordinary customer experience. And what does that actually mean? What does it look like? Because a lot of people don't know that, and a great experience for one person may be different to the other. But if it's something that we all agree on, then now that can be delivered. So yeah, that's a really important event. I'm really looking forward to it.
So, and then on the horizon, I know NAREP's got their first annual business rally coming up. That's going to be a great event. It's coming up on October 3rd. Do you know the time and venue for that?
Yeah, it's an all-day event, and the easiest way to find the information is by logging on to Facebook and go to to Houston, NAREP-Houston. You'll find all the information there. There's going to be breakout sessions. So very similar to an actual convention, except it's crunched into just one full day instead of 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
So we're going to have 3 breakout sessions with different top producers bringing in information on how you can catapult your business. And then we'll have a guest speaker, a keynote speaker. We're going to have obviously the food and the vendors and all the other stuff you can normally expect. But most importantly, it's all about developing your business. So this is an opportunity not to just work in the business, but on the business. And I want to say it's only like $49.
Yes,
so it's a tremendous value for everyone that's here in Houston.
You can get the ticket with the membership included for $100, and that's going to be Wednesday, October 3rd from 8:30, which I'm guessing will be registration, all the way to 6 p.m. at the Houston Racquet Club on Memorial Drive.
Yeah, and we'll drop that link down below for you guys who are watching, so that you can go onto the website, join us, get a ticket now while you can, because I'm pretty sure we're going to run out of tickets this round.
Just posted the link down there below, and then the biggest happy hour in town for real estate professionals is the real estate rally. We're going to be hosting that Tuesday, October 9th from 6 to 9 p.m. Last time we had over 400 real estate professionals. We're foreseeing we're going to hit about 450, maybe 500 this time. It's going to be amazing.
I know we are.
We're doing this for a cause.
Yes.
We're doing this to raise funds for TRAPAC, which is the Texas Real Estate Political Action Committee, who does a lot of amazing things to protect our place in this business.
Yes.
So we have to make sure and support that organization. So be ready to come on out there.
We're going to do a silent auction, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, make sure you bring your checkbooks, because we're going to have a silent auction going on, and we're going to be auctioning off a lot of cool stuff.
Some really, really neat stuff being auctioned off, not just from TRAPAC themselves, but also from White Picket Realty, who is making a contribution towards making sure that the industry has a place for realtors being that home advisor that everyone needs to have. So yeah, we're doing this one for a good cause, and we're really, really excited, because as this event develops, I mean, did you ever think this thing was going to be 500 people at almost one point?
No,
I mean,
never.
We started this thing with 30 people hanging out at a bar, and
it was too crowded.
And it was too crowded. Yeah, it was a tiny little bar, and look what it's gone to. So make sure you guys put this on your calendar. Tickets are free. Tickets are free, by the way, and it comes with drinks and food and all sorts of fun. And
I do want to remind people to keep in their mind on the horizon the HAR Engage conference, because that one is going to be really good.
Okay, so we talked a lot about conferences today. This is probably one of the better ones that we've seen
very surprised
this year, and I want to say, Inman himself, Brad Inman's going to be there.
Brad Inman will be there.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, he's the guy who took on Gary Keller at the Inman Connect in New York.
Yes.
So this is a big-time guy. He's one of the leaders in the industry. When he talks, you got to listen.
Yeah.
Terry Watson will also be there. Amazing speaker. So
can't wait.
You don't want to miss it.
Thank you guys for joining us on today's show. Don't forget that we're on every Tuesday and Thursday from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Keep up your ruckus, and we'll see you next time.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.